Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a review of a very interesting watch. This is the Mini Focus watch that we're looking at, and as you can see, the design is like a homage to the very expensive Richard Mille. However, for this particular watch itself, I got it for really cheap, less than $30, but yet the design and the quality of this watch punches way above its weight. So this watch has a very solid construction. What you can see here is all made of metal. So the case, it's full metal, so it's pretty heavy for what it looks like, and I'll just run through some of the design elements of this watch as well as the chronograph function that this watch has. So quite interesting. For less than $30 you have a chronograph function on this watch. Do take note that this watch runs on a quartz movement, so it's not automatic. You have to change the battery every few years or so. Let's get the dimensions out of the way. So I have measuring tape over here. This watch is quite huge, at approximately 48 millimeters in diameter across, not counting the crown over here, and about 50 millimeters from the lug to lug. So it's quite a huge watch. People with smaller wrist sizes most probably wouldn't be able to pull this off. To give you some context, I'm wearing a Seiko Dress KX over here, and the Dress KX is about 40 millimeters. This is how this Mini Focus watch looks beside the Dress KX SRP Seiko series. Yep, so this is quite a huge watch, quite substantial and quite heavy as well. Full metal construction again, and a huge crown over here. This crown will be able to measure, or rather will be able to adjust the minute hand of this watch. So I'll do a quick demonstration. Pull this crown. Okay, the first position will be able to adjust the date. So you can see the date wheel here. It is slowly rotating as you rotate this crown in a clockwise direction. Nothing will happen in the anti-clockwise direction. So that is the first setting. So if you pull the crown to the second setting, like this, you'll be able to adjust the minute hand. So as you can see, the seconds the hand has stopped completely. So this watch actually features a hacking function. So you can adjust the minutes over here. So I'm gonna adjust it to 608. Once you are done adjusting, push the crown back, and you can see the second hand starts moving. That's how you know this watch has been adjusted. Alright, so then another interesting function of this watch, you have the chronograph function. You see the two buttons over here, two huge buttons over here. This will be the start and stop button. So let me demonstrate this awesome chronograph function on this sub $30 watch. Alright, so start. You can see this chronograph is running. This is 1/10 of a second, and then below here at the 6 o'clock dial, you have the second hands running. This will count the seconds, whereas over here on the 9 o'clock sub dial, this will count every minutes. So this chronograph will be able to measure up to an hour. In order to stop it, you just press this button again, top right button, and then you press the bottom left hand button to reset the chronograph. You can see the two hands realign to each other. So one thing that you can notice over here is that the second, or rather the 1/10 of the second hand, is slightly misaligned. It's not perfect, slightly misaligned to the 00 indicator over here. So I guess that's one limitation of this budget watch. Nothing is perfect, but for its price, I think I'll accept it. Alright, apart from the functions, the hardware of this watch is also pretty well constructed. So as mentioned, It has a full metal construction. Case back, you have a very simple screw case back, 4-screw case back. And over here, this is a brush finish. And as indicated on the case back, this watch is only up to 30 meters of water resistance, as indicated by the 3 ATM. And it's made in PRC, so it's made in China. The band of this watch, surprisingly, is extremely comfortable. I would say it feels like silicone material, very flexible, very comfortable. So it feels like silicone. I would say it's even more comfortable than most G-Shock's resin bands. And you have a metal buckle over here with the MF logo. MF stands for mini focus. So over here the case back also states MF. This is the brand of the watch, mini focus. You can look it up online. They are selling this model pretty cheap. Alright, so let's put this watch on my wrist and have a look at how it looks like on my 6-inch wrist. Okay, so this watch is huge, you can see. On my 6-inch wrist, this is how it looks like. It looks pretty ridiculous. It's extremely huge for myself, and I would say it will certainly grab a lot of attention when I wear this out. So again, comparing to the Seiko 5 SRP Dress KX, this watch is humongous. But for the looks, I don't mind spending $30 to achieve the look of a Richard Mille, and it's quite an interesting watch as well. It really breaks up the normal routine as compared to my other Seiko and G-Shock watches. Sometimes I'll just slap this on and enjoy this watch for what it is. Alright, so basically this is all that it is for this watch. Unfortunately for this watch, it is there's no lume here. There's no illumination, so I can't show you the lume. But again, for the price, I think this watch really packs a lot of value. That's about it for today's video, and I'll see you guys again in the next review video.